If you're talking, I can't hear you. That's my mic. So hopefully all is well. Hi, Kristen. Long time. I feel like it's been a minute. Oh, man. Okie dokie, artichokes. Let's do this thing. Hey, quick announcements. I am doing my Costa Rica retreat in May. I haven't been saying it, but I'm going to start saying it because I have like a handful of spots left that I really want to fill. So it's a great group already. It's really like, I'm stoked about the group that's evolved. But there's about, 5 more spots left. Costa Rica, May 4th to 10th. Everything is included basically except getting yourself there and getting yourself home. So accommodations, food. We do yoga every day. We do meditation every day. We'll do stuff like breath work. I have Dante coming. If you guys know him, he's like my musician friend who's amazing. So he'll be doing sound and music for the whole thing. So I love when there's a musician because we'll sing around the fire at night and like we'll have percussion instruments. It's super fun. So everything is kind of optional. So even if like people sometimes bring their partners who aren't into yoga and mindfulness kind of things, and they just have their own fun time and join when they want to, and it's totally fine. It's not weird. So it's always kind of like choose your own adventure. What you want to get out of it is what you'll put into it type of thing. So yeah, I would love to have you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me after class. There's also flyers out there on the little hutch with the water on it. You can take one of those and there's a QR code on there with all the info. And if there are questions or if there are reasons why you're like, I don't know, talk to me rather than just being like, no, but I'm not going to. Talk to me at least. And then, I guess that's it. I have my frequency class this Saturday, but it's sold out. I'm doing a one-off kind of breathwork class if anyone's interested in coming on the 1st of April. It's a Tuesday night. It's at this place. It's a dome. It's in Midvale. It's like this big dome thing. It's cool. So it's me and Dante. He's doing sound for me. So that's $33 if anyone's interested. And you just Venmo me and say dome. And then I'm like, okay, you're on the list. And then I send you the address. Okay. So get on the list. Okay. The 1st of April, April 1st, and it's a Tuesday night, 7:30. Okay, let's practice, friends. So comfortable seat if you're not already there. Take a moment to get there, and then you might just move a little, wiggle a little, feel around your physical body. So how does your body feel this morning? What are you showing up with? Just really noticing and eventually settling into stillness. So no rush, but when you're ready, bring your hands somewhere to rest intentionally. They could be just in your lap. They could meet at your heart center. Maybe one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Close your eyes or soften and lower your gaze. So if you prefer keeping your eyes open, see if you can maybe even gaze down at the tip of your nose. And just feel into the length of your spine, the length from the base of your spine all the way up to the crown of your head. And start to visualize this line. Imagine your breath is moving up and down this line. Every time you inhale, every time you exhale, your breath travels along this line of energy inside of you, your nervous system, or in Eastern philosophy, your chakra system. So start to notice as your breath flows up and down this line. Notice even more. How do you feel energetically? How do you feel emotionally? Is there anything present that maybe you haven't noticed in a while? No judgment, just curiosity, just observation. Notice what comes up. Even notice what thoughts come up. Next time you breathe in, fill up intentionally as big as you can. And then when you think you are full, hold at the top in fullness. See if you can hold and engage Mula Bandha, so your pelvic floor, squeeze it. Let the breath circulate around inside, maybe even take a little extra sip, squeeze, and then open your mouth and relax, let it out. Ah. Good. Again, like that. Inhale, fill up. Invitation if you want to reach your arms up, interlace your fingers, steeple index, hold. Mula Bandha. So root lock, squeeze, let everything circulate around. Take an extra sip. Keep holding, keep holding. And then open your mouth, let everything go. Let your arms fall down. Ah. One more time. Inhale, fill up. Every space inside expands. You can reach up, interlace, squeeze, pelvic floor squeezes, root lock, Mula Bandha, extra sip if it's there. And then everything softens, release. Ah, let your arms fall down. And as your arms rest down, start to come into your enjoiiii breath. So lips now seal. Breathe in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. So this breath, enjoiiii, means vibrant, victorious. Translated from Sanskrit, it's victorious breath. It's powerful and spacious, powering you from the inside through your yoga practice. It's holding you, supporting you. But at the same time, because it's slow and steady, and your exhales are just as long, if not a little bit longer than your inhales, it's regulating for your nervous system. It's calming for your nervous system. So as you flow through your practice, and your body might feel challenged, it might feel uncomfortable, you might even feel a little bit embarrassed at times, your breath is there to remind you that slow and steady pace, that everything is okay, that you are safe. You can feel whatever you're feeling. Just let it move through. So use your breath to guide you through your practice. It's not there to fight with you. It's there to hold and support you if you let it. All right. If you're ready to start moving, take your breath with you. Come forward to your hands and your knees. And if you'd rather stay in your seat a little longer, that's always fine with me. So once you're on hands and knees, just start to move either through some cat-cows or maybe some circles with your hips. So pretty much just move any way your body feels like moving, any way that feels interesting or curious or good. So notice from the inside, how does your body feel? So you don't need to open your eyes and look around you. You don't need to look at what other people are doing. Just focus on what you are experiencing. How does your spine feel? How do your shoulders feel? And your hips, your side bodies? Yeah, beautiful. Your fingers, your wrists, your forearms. There's about 1,000,000 ways you could move around on your hands and your knees and find new spaces inside of your body. So get curious. Move into spaces that you didn't even know were there before. Take about 3, 4, 5 more breaths. And then in your own time, downward facing dog is where we'll eventually end up. So you can start your own transition back whenever you're ready. Once you're back in down dog, friends, same thing. Just feel around. Pedal out your heels. Maybe you give your head a little shake or a little nod. And then just quick question from me to you. If you would like a hands-off practice today, you don't feel like being touched or physically adjusted, totally fine. I don't take it personally. But just let me know by lifting one leg in the air. One leg in the air if you want a hands-off practice. Okay, thank you so much. And if it would feel good now to just lift one leg in the air for fun, to stretch and lengthen and feel, go for it. And switch it up. You've got about 2, 3 more breaths in your down dog. Nice job, you guys. Make sure you can still feel your enjoiiii breath supporting you from the inside. So big, spacious inhales and exhale all the way to emptiness every single time. Bottom of your next exhalation, slowly crawl your hands to the back of your yoga mat until you find yourself in a forward fold at the back of your mat. So eventually all of the weight will be in your feet, little or big bend in your knees. Bring your feet all the way out to the width of your mat. So mat width distance apart with your feet and all 10 toes face forward. Inhale to a halfway lift position and then pause right here. Bring your left fingertips to the ground or your left hand to a block, right arm to the sky. So it's like a slightly wide-legged straddle with a twist. Your upper body is in a halfway lift. It's long. Crown reaches forward, hips reach back. If you need to, you can bend your left knee, but if you can work your legs towards straight, go for it. If you want to take it a little bit further, left hand to the outside of your right ankle, and then wrap your right arm behind your back. Just an option. Take 2 more rounds wherever you are working. Good job. Bottom of your next exhalation, release, and just switch slowly to the other side. So right fingertips or right hand on the ground, left arm to the sky. Press back through the tops of your thighs and do your best to keep your hips nice and level. If you want to check to see are your hips level, you can bring your left hand to your low back, to your sacrum, and feel, is it nice and even, or is your left butt cheek higher than your right butt cheek? If you want to take it further at any time, right hand to the outside of left ankle, left arm can wrap behind your back and use that as gentle leverage. Nice cam. So about 2 more deep breaths, big spacious inhales. Exhale, twist just a little bit further. Nice, Jana. Bottom of your next exhale, let it go. Hang out in your forward fold, maybe ragdoll your arms, grab opposite elbows, sway or bounce or bob. Keep your feet mat width distance apart for now, so nice and wide. Next time you inhale, halfway lift, realign. From your halfway lift, plant your hands or your fingertips and crawl them forward slowly and gracefully until you're in a plank position with your feet wide. So top of a push-up, your shoulders are over your wrists, your hips are level with your shoulders. Push the ground away. You're gonna pause here and see if you can just hover your right foot above the ground. Nothing else moves. Stay here or see if you can lift to your left fingertips. Maybe reach your left arm forward, teeter-totter pose. So like a spinal balance, but you're balancing on your hand and your toes. Yes, take 1 more deep breath. And then bring your hand and your toes back to the ground. Take an inhale at the top of your push-up. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Keep your feet wide. Take your left hand to the outside of your right ankle. So left hand outside of right ankle. So you're grabbing outside and then behind your ankle. If you can't reach your ankle, grab your calf or the back of your knee. So get as low as you can on your leg. Keep your right hand rooted firmly and your right shoulder really strong. Keep lifting with your strong core and then gaze underneath your right armpit. Every single exhale, twist a little further. If you want to challenge yourself even more, see if you can float your left leg back and up. Breathe, slow and steady. Last couple rounds right here. Good job. I know it's so hard. Let it go. Come back to a downward facing dog with your feet wide. Keep your feet wide. And from this wide legged down dog, walk your hands once again to the back of your yoga mat. And this time, once you arrive at the back of your mat, you're gonna pivot your your toes out, heels in. Come into a low squat, malasana. Try to keep your heels, if at all possible, on the ground, and then elbows at your inner knees or inner thighs, hands at your heart center. You can stay right here, perfect place to stay, or we'll add a twist, left arm out and right arm up. Press your left arm into your left leg and your leg into your arm, and use that to help you twist even more. If the bind is in your pose, you're welcome to take it. So right arm wraps behind you, left hand reaches up, and maybe your hands clasp. Wherever you are, 2 more rounds. See if you can gaze up at your right hand. Open through the right side of your heart. Keep both heels down. Good, and then let it go. Switch to the other side. If you're holding your regular squat, perfect. Stay right there. Breathe right there. If you're in the twist, right arm presses into the inside of your right leg and your leg presses back into your arm. So use that as leverage. Good. Nice, Andrea. If you want to bind the pose, go for it. Awesome. CC, last couple of rounds. Breathe down into your pelvis, into your groin, into your hips. See if you can pick up your toes and spread them apart. Nice, Kirsten. Bottom of your exhale, let it go. Lift your hips up and point your toes forward, but keep your feet nice and wide. Inhale, halfway lift. From your halfway lift, plant your hands or your fingertips and crawl them forward until you're in a plank position. So top of a push-up, feet are still at the width of your mat. Push into the ground with your strong arms. So if your arms are engaging, you should not be locking out your elbows. You want to be using your muscles, so push down. See if you can hover your left foot above the ground this time. Left foot hovers. Yeah, nice, Alex. Keep your belly button drawing in and up. See if you can lift up to your right fingertips. And then maybe, possibly, reach your right arm forward, teeter-totter pose. Yes, nice, Kate. Keep hugging towards midline. Keep breathing. Nice modification, Tracy. Wherever you are at, soften your face. One last round. Reach. Good job, Paul. And then plank position, friends. Plank position. Keep your feet wide. Take your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Feet are still wide. This time, you will take your left hand. Is that right? No, right hand to the back of your left ankle. So right hand. No, was that right? Okay, thank you. Right hand, back of left ankle, and then gaze under your left armpit. Yes, thank you. Good job. And if you want that extra challenge, I know it feels almost impossible. See if you can feel your strong left arm, left shoulder, strong center, and then maybe lift your right leg to the sky. Or just play with taking your right foot off the ground for a split second. I'll come back and show you guys it's possible. All right. When you feel like you have had enough, okay, that is crazy. I can't do it very well. It's really hard. Downward facing dog. Walk it out. You can bring your feet in closer now. So your regular downward facing dog stance. Reconnect to your enjoiiii breath if you've lost it. Good job being playful. Take one more inhale. This time as you exhale, look to the top of your space. However you'd like to get there, forward fold. Once you have arrived, halfway lift position, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Take it all the way to stand. Inhale, your arms extend overhead. Big full body stretch. I think it's our first one. Hands to heart center. Exhale. All right, flow for a moment. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Lead with your heart all the way down and fold. Inhale, spinal extension. Spine parallel to the ground. Exhale, let it go. From the press of your feet, heart leads, rise. Inhale, reach. Hands to your heart, exhale. We'll take that one more time. Focus on connecting breath to movement. Inhale, high mountain. Take the entire length of your exhale, dive down slowly. Spinal extension. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Press into your feet, connect to your center, take it back up. Arms extend as you breathe in. And hands gather at your heart, breathe out. Nice job. All right, inhale, take your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, roll your shoulders back and down. So try not to lock out your elbows and squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine. If you can, start to reach your hands back away from your body. If you want, final option, add a little back bend. So hug in with your inner thighs, press your hips forward, puff up your heart, tilt your chin up. Try not to let your head just collapse back. So think of extending back, strength in the sides of your neck. Take one more big inhale, breathe into the front of your heart, front of your shoulders. Keep your clasp, hinge at your hips, exhale all the way down slowly into your fold. Hang out in your fold with your fingers interlaced for a few more breaths. So bend your knees as much as you need to. Nice die. See if you can let your head be heavy. Give it a little shake or a little nod. See if you can lift your sit bones higher using the strength in your core. Awesome, Cam. See if you can lift your knuckles higher. One last big in-breath. Good, Laura. Exhale, hands to low back. Release your clasp. Let your arms dangle. Just give them a little shaky shake. Maybe your head wants a little shaky shake. Next inhalation, halfway lift position. Realign your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your yoga mat, plank position. Now pause in your plank pose, one arm at a time. Keep your core really strong as you make the transition. Come down to your forearms, forearm plank. So one arm at a time, forearm plank. Now, if you prefer, you can stay here in forearm plank, or we'll move into a forearm side plank. Right forearm is your base. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot, left arm to the sky. Lift your hips as high as you can to stay out of your shoulder. So you want to feel your right side abdominals, those oblique muscles working. Yes. Maybe your left arm reaches forward, lengthen through your left side. Good. Maybe your left leg floats up, lift your hips even higher. Take one last big deep breath. Good. Come back to a forearm plank position. Now listen, one arm at a time, strong through your belly. Press back up, high plank. So plant one hand and then the other. Yes, good. One more big inhale at the top of your push-up. Push the ground away. Come to your knees if you want to modify. Slowly lower, strong straight line. 3, 2, 1. All the way down. Spider-Man, Cobra. Bring your hands out nice and wide on the hardwood floor. Up on your fingertips. Lift your heart as you inhale. Exhale, take a little twist. You can go to either side first. Inhale, back to center. Lift your heart. Tone your belly to support low back. Exhale, other side. And go one more time each way, just with your own breath. Try not to rush, but to slow down and feel more. Nice, Jenny. Good, everyone. Eventually, an inhale will bring you back to center. And then whenever you're ready, find your way to downward facing dog. All right. Enjoiiii breath. Inhale your right leg to the sky. And then keep your strong hands rooted. Try not to sink into your left shoulder. Peel your right hip open. So bend your right knee, reach it out and up. So your shoulders don't have to change. This comes from your right hip joint. Squeeze your right outer glute. It's called your medial glute. And see if you can use it to lift your knee a little bit higher. Awesome, Marriott. Take one more big inhale. You can stay here if you want, or exhale, right knee, left elbow. Get as close as you can. Push the ground away. Inhale, back up, three-legged dog. See if you can open your hip. So learn to feel that. Exhale, right knee, right armpit. Get as high as you can. Push the ground away. Yes. Awesome, Eileen. Inhale, back up. Open your hip one last time. And this time, everyone, exhale, knee towards your nose, round your back. You should be on your back, tippy, tippy toes. Step through as soft as possible, low lunge. Good, Abby. Rise up, crescent lunge. Awesome, die so strong through your legs. Your legs are your foundation, so you're not sinking into your legs. You're hugging towards midline and finding your stable structure. So your front hip is pulling back hip is pulling forward. And from your strong foundation, you can then grow into your expression of the pose. So it doesn't mean you need to do anything fancy, but you can feel what you are embodying. You can feel what you want to invite in. So are you spreading your fingers, energizing through your fingers? Or maybe today you're softening. Maybe today you just feel like bringing your hands to your heart. So all you, as long as what you're doing is on purpose, then it is perfect. Just feel it, be aware of it, breathe into it. One more inhale in your crescent lunge. As you exhale, bring your hands down to frame your front foot. So low lunge, and keep your left hand down. Take your right arm to the sky, revolved lunge. So twist from your center. Good. Squeeze through your inner thighs. And right now, your back leg is very strong and powerful. See if you can feel your strong legs and your strong core holding you in this pose. See if you can root into your front foot. Root into your front foot slowly and intentionally. Twisted chair. Step your left foot forward. You'll be in a twisted chair position with your left hand in between your feet or slightly out in front of your feet. Stay in your twisted chair. If you want to bind this pose, go for it. So right arm wraps behind your back. Maybe left hand reaches up, possibly hands clasped. Yes, wherever you are at, breathe. Knees nice and even, flush with one another, spine nice and long. Awesome work, everybody. Weight is in your heels. Last round, wherever you're at. Work your pose. Good. Forward fold. Let it go. If you want to do just your own thing here, totally fine. Otherwise, invitation to wrap your peace fingers, index and middle finger, around your big toes. So grab hold of your big toes. And if that means you need to bend your knees a lot, bend your knees a lot. That's fine. See if you can keep holding onto your toes. Inhale, halfway lift. So try to stick your butt out and reach the crown of your head forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold, use your hands as gentle leverage so your elbows can reach out to both sides. Feel the space you're creating in your upper back of your heart. Breathe into that. Lift your hips using the strength in your core. So I know it's tempting to rock back into your heels. Try not to rock back into your heels. Keep pressing into your toes and the balls of your feet. Keep breathing up your back body, down the backs of your legs. So yes, this is an active forward fold. It's not meant to feel super easy and restorative. You're working the pose breath by breath. Take your last round. Good job. Let go of your toes. Take another halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. Take it all the way up. Big full body stretch at the top. Breathe in, lengthen. Hands to your heart. Exhale. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale once again. Bring your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. So the tendency is for most people to lock out their elbows, hyperextend. Once you do that, now you're just sinking into your joints and your hypermobility. What you want to do is try to keep a little bend in your elbows. It helps me if I bend mine a lot and then I suction cup my palms together. So try that variation if you want. And then imagine your elbows are magnetized together. Start to reach your hands back. So never locking out your joints. If you want, add the back bend, puff up your heart, tilt your chin up, press your hips forward, but hug an invisible yoga block with your inner thighs so you're staying connected at your center. Take one more inhale. Keep your clasp. Exhale, slow dive down. Beautiful. See if you can keep your hands clasped. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands are still clasped, so feel your back muscles squeeze. Exhale, fold. Stay here as you breathe in. See if you can lift your knuckles higher. And exhale, hands to low back. Now release your clasp. Let your arms dangle for a moment. Shake it out if you need. Next, inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, plank position. Pause in your plank, connect to your strong core, one arm at a time, down to your forearms, forearm plank. Forearm plank. So make a number 11 on the ground with your forearms. Draw your belly button in and up. Stay in your forearm plank or forearm side plank. Left forearm is your base this time. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your left foot. So your feet can be stacked or staggered, but imagine you're karate kicking the ground with the outer edge of your left foot. So that's what you want to be pressing down into. Lift your hips really, really high and maybe reach your right arm forward so you feel the length in your right side. Yes, nice job. Maybe float your right leg up. Your personal fullest expression. One more big inhale. Slow motion, come back to your forearm plank pose. Forearm plank pose. And then from your forearm plank, press back up, high plank. Push into the ground with one hand, then the other. Yes. Big inhale at the top of your push-up. Find your strength. Exhale, slowly lower for 3. Strong straight line, 2 and 1. This time you choose any back bend variation you want to take. So stretch through your front body. And then eventually, downward facing dog is our destination. So find your own transition back, your own time. Reconnect. Notice whatever there is to notice. Feel whatever there is to feel. Enjoiiii breath is right there, supporting you from the inside. All right. Inhale your left leg to the sky. And try not to shift through your upper body as you peel your left hip open. So don't sink into your right hand or your right shoulder. Good, Alex. I know it feels hard. Bend your knee and reach your knee out and up. So it's like your left hip is a hinge on a door and your left leg is the door. It can just swing open. So lots of people have trouble engaging what's called your medial glute. It's the outside of your left butt cheek. You have trouble even finding it. So start to bring it more alive or bring at least curiosity into it. Take one more inhale here. You can stay if you want or exhale, left knee, right elbow. Get as close as you can. Inhale, back up, 3-legged. Exhale, left knee, left armpit, so aim high. And then back up, last time. Knee to your nose, everybody curl in, hollow out, and softly step forward, low lunge. Rise up into your crescent lunge, take your time. So square off your hips and find stability through your legs. Nice, Cece. So as you pull front hip back, back hip forward, automatically you should get a little tone in your low belly. It's your transverse abdominis. It feels like there's a brace around your middle. So it shouldn't feel like you're just sinking into your low back. You're nice and supported. So your upper body, that's your expression. I don't care what you're doing with your face or with your hands, as long as it's intentional. With your gaze, it's up to you, but be intentional, do it on purpose. So whatever you're doing, you can feel it. You're breathing into it. Take one more big inhale in your crescent lunge. Exhale, bring your hands to the ground. So you're framing your front foot. Keep your right hand down, left arm to the sky, revolve lunge. So your right hand can be on a block, or I like to personally just be on my right fingertips. Feel your strong legs. So you're squeezing through your inner thighs. Your back leg right now is just as strong as your front leg. Breathe down into your belly. Work your twist as you exhale. Awesome job. Now see if you can root more into your left foot. And as slowly and gracefully as possible, twisted chair. Step your right foot forward. You're in a twisted chair. So your right hand in between your feet or just slightly out in front of your feet. And if you want to bind the pose, now is your time. Left arm would wrap behind you. Right arm can reach up. Clasp. Stay in your chair pose. So deep bend in your knees. Weight in your heels. Knees are nice and even. Yes. Awesome. You got this. 2 more rounds, your pose. This is one of my least favorite poses. It's so uncomfortable, but you can be with discomfort for a couple rounds of breath. Bottom of your exhale, nice job. Let it go, forward fold. All right, once again, if you want to do your own thing in forward fold, totally fine with me. But if you would like to come with me, invitation to bend your knees as much as you need to. Bring your arms to the outsides of your legs and then behind your legs. So hands behind ankles, forearms behind calves, elbows behind knees. And then once you've got your arms situated, press arms into legs, legs into arms, and see if you can lift your butt up as you reach the crown of your head down. If you want to take the Bikram variation of this, if you've been to Bikram yoga, where you step on your hands and your hands kind of cup the backs of your heels, go for it. So this, again, is an active forward fold. Breathe into your back body. Breathe down the backs of your legs. Be here for 2 more breaths. All right, release. Halfway lift. Inhale, realign. Exhale, bow and fold. Rise all the way up. So arms extend as you inhale. Hands to your heart. Nice job, friends. All right, pausing right here. Root down into your right foot. So visualize all your weight coming into your right foot. Pick up your left foot, lift your left knee out in front of your body, and then bring your hands to your hips. So I want you to try to keep your hips as still as possible and just open and close your left leg. So just like your left hip is a hinge on a door, your left leg is the door. Next time your left knee opens, keep it there. Place your foot on your leg for tree pose. So you can place your foot to your inner thigh. If that's too much, inner calf, inner ankle, just fine. If you like the variation with your foot in front of your hip, go for it. So it's all up to you. Once again, your expression, always. And then if you want to play with your arms, whenever you're ready, go for it. Arms reach, practice arms or prayer hands. Press your foot into your leg, leg back into your foot. So you shouldn't be sinking into your outer right hip. Right inner thigh is hugging in. It's like you're zipping a zipper up through your midline. And if you're falling out of it, cool. Meet yourself right there. This is why we are here, just to practice our balance, to be playful in our bodies. Last couple of rounds in your tree pose. We're going to come back into a standing staff. So if possible, slowly remove your foot. Take your left knee back to midline. If you want an extra challenge, extend your left leg forward. One more big inhale here. Slow motion, low lunge. See if you can touch down, fingers and toes at the exact same time. Low lunge. Once you get to your low lunge, my friends, back knee comes down gently. So if you need extra cushion, you can double up the side of your mat, or maybe you've got a sweatshirt you can use, something like that. Hands inside your right foot. Walk your right foot out nice and wide. So all the way out to the width of your mat. And make sure your foot, your ankle are either in front of or right underneath your knee. So if you have a really short stance like this, you have nowhere to go. You're going to be stuck. So you can walk your front foot forward. And then see if you can let your hips move forward and down. Try to lift your heart. So I know the temptation is to put all your weight in your hands so you don't have to feel your legs. Try to keep your hands light. They're just there for a little bit of support. Let your hips melt. Let your heart lift. If it feels better to spin your right toes out to the right or even roll onto the outer edge of your right foot, that's absolutely fine. Big, deep breaths. Soften around the pose, about 3 more. You can use blocks under your hands if that's helpful, if you've got blocks. Nice, everybody. All right, next time you breathe in, fill up as big as you can and hold in fullness. Take that extra sip, send it down into your hips, and then out your mouth, release. Ah. All right, plant your hands now firmly under your shoulders. Curl your back toes under, lift your back knee up, and to step your right foot back. So you'll be in a plank position. You'll be in a plank position. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, you choose heart opener of your choice. And then just for a moment, child's pose it out. So hang out, notice, feel all that energy flowing through you in your arms, in your legs, in your torso. Breath moving up and down the length of your spine. Good job, everyone. Maybe a big sigh out your mouth would feel good. All right. Downward facing dog. Inhale, take your left leg to the sky. And then open up your left hip. Yes, good. So try not to sink into your outer right butt cheek, but squeeze through your outer left, outer right butt cheek is not sinking out, but your right inner thigh is hugging in. Your outer left glute is squeezing to lift your knee. Got it. All right, active through your left foot. Take one more big inhale here. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, back up, three-legged. Exhale, left knee, left armpit. Inhale, back up, three-legged. Exhale, knee to your nose, curl in, hollow out. Step your left foot through softly. And root into your left foot, right leg to the sky, standing splits. So lift your right leg and think of it as just a one-legged forward fold. Yes, so neck is relaxed, head can be heavy. Now, you are more than welcome to stay right here, or if you would like, walk your hands forward so that instead of feeling like you're in standing splits, you feel like you're in warrior three. Square off your hips and bring your back leg level to the ground, so parallel to the ground. So it's like you're in an uppercase letter T position with your body. You can stay here or put your left hand in the crease of your left hip and try to push your left hip back towards the back of the room. Now see if you can twist your upper body towards the windows even more and maybe extend your left arm towards the sky. So you'll be in a revolved half moon. Yes, good, beautiful. Back leg strong, press with your back foot. Squeeze through your inner thighs. Amazing poses, you guys. This is such a hard pose, and you've got it. One last round. Forward fold, top of your space. You can walk it out. You can pedal it out. Beautiful job. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, bow and fold. Rise all the way up, arms overhead, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Let's flow for just a moment before we do all that on the other side. So reach up, breathe in. Take a little baby back bend, exhale, cactus your arms, tone your belly, curl open. Re-extend, realign, neutralize, inhale. And then use your exhale to traction out your spine as you dive all the way down. Beautiful work. Lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, inhale. And then as you exhale, plant your hands, feet back, take it however you'd like. Chaturanga Dandasana. Peel your heart open with your in-breath. Let it feel good in your body. And back to downward facing dog. Walk out your dog. All right, push the ground away. Big inhalation. Exhale, look forward, step or float, top of your space. Forward fold, nice, Andrea. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, bow. All the way up, slowly rise, extend, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. Okie dokie, left foot now is going to be your foundation. So imagine all of your weight coming into your left leg, lift your right knee. Bring your hands to your hips. So try to keep your hips as still as possible. We don't want them moving back and forth. Slowly open and close your right leg. Flexion through your right toes. And I want you to feel as you open your hip, that squeeze of your outer right butt cheek. It's called your medial glute. That's what I keep talking about. See if you can feel it squeeze. Yes. You also have to squeeze through your left medial glute so that you don't sink into your outer left hip. Next time your right knee is open out to the right, keep it there. Tree pose, place your foot on your leg wherever you want to. Does not necessarily have to be what you did on the other side. If it feels like you're sticking your butt out behind you, see if you can tone your belly and try to reach your tailbone down towards the ground. So think of a nice neutral spine. Press your foot into your leg, leg back into your foot. If you want to add your arms at any time, go for it. And if you're falling out, if you fall out 10 times, awesome. That means you challenged yourself today. So be proud of yourself rather than being critical of yourself. Nice job, everybody. Last couple of rounds in your tree. See if you can stay balanced on your left foot. If not, no biggie. But if possible, standing staff. If that's too much, then high mountain is just fine. So standing staff, right knee out in front of you. See if you can extend your right leg forward if you want more. One more in-breath. Like you're moving in slow motion, low lunge. See if you can touch your toes and your fingers down at the exact same time. And once you get to your low lunge, back knee comes down gently. Bring your hands to the inside of your left foot. Walk your left foot out to the width of your mat. So remember, if you have a really short stance, you're not going to feel like you have anywhere to go. You're going to feel stuck. So it might help to walk your front foot forward. Let your hips start to melt forward and down. Try to lift your heart up like you're doing a cobra pose. I know it's easier to put your weight in your hands, but try to just use your hands for a little bit of support. Hips move forward and down. Hands inside your left foot. Left foot is out nice and wide. And if it would feel better, you can pivot your left toes out to the left. Yeah, good adjustment, Eileen. You could even roll onto the outside of your left foot. Just keep your left ankle strong, your left toes flexed and active if you take that variation. About 3 more rounds. And if this feels intense, welcome to the club. Breathe into it, soften around it. It's only temporary. Ah, nice trace. Good, everybody. Next time you inhale, fill up as big as you can. Hold, take that extra sip. And out your mouth. Nice work. Plant your hands firmly under your shoulders, lift your back knee. So curl your back toes under, lift your back knee, and then work your left foot back. You'll be in a plank position, Find a strong plank position. So spread your fingers, push the ground away. If you want to modify, come to your knees. Big inhale. Slowly lower. Exhale. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Lift your heart, keep your shoulders back and down. And then child's pose it out for just a moment. Notice whatever there is to notice. Not judgment. So judgment sounds like this. Sounds like, oh, I'm so weak today. Oh, I'm so inflexible. I shouldn't even be in this class. That's judgment. Even judgment can sound nice. Like, oh, I'm so strong today. That's even a judgment. So just curiosity. My shoulders feel interesting. What's going on? I feel stronger than usual today. What's going on? Did I sleep really well last night? Have I been eating better? Curiosity is how we communicate with our body, not judgment, not fear. So get curious about what's going on inside. As you're ready, friends, downward facing dog. Since our bodies don't speak English, they speak in breath, they speak in sensation, they speak in symptoms. We approach it all with curiosity. We don't know, our body knows, so we're listening. All right, inhale your right leg back and up. Right leg back and up. Peel your right hip open. Try not to sink into your outer left hip. So you're hugging in with your left inner thigh, squeezing through your outer right glute, flexing through your right toes. Yes, beautiful. One more inhale. Exhale, knee towards your nose, round your back, hollow out your belly, step your right foot forward. Low lunge into standing splits. So right foot roots, left leg lifts, standing splits. Now remember, if you just want to stay here, and I shouldn't say just, if you want to stay here, wonderful, stay here. Otherwise, we're moving into revolved half moon. Walk your hands forward like you want to create a halfway lift with your spine. Use blocks or a block if you've got one. And then bring your back leg parallel to the ground. So bring your hips to square, hips to square. Other hand, right hand to your right hip, right hand to your right hip, and put your fingers in that crease of your hip. Try to push your right hip back, literally push your right hip back. And if your hips aren't square, you'll have a hard time pushing your right hip back. That's square. Squeeze your inner thighs, twist from your center, maybe reach your right arm to the sky. Yes, good. Nice job. If you cannot feel your inner thighs squeezing, it's probably because your hips aren't square. Lower your left hip a bit and squeeze your inner thighs. Back leg strong. Spine long. Twist from your center. Your pose, your expression. Last big deep breath. Let it go. Nice, Alex. Good job. Shake it out. Sorry, forward fold, top of your mat. Yeah, shake it out, pedal it out, whatever calls to you. I was loving that, Tracy. Then it got dangerous. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Rise. One last time. Big full body stretch at the top. Exhale, hands to heart. Flow with your breath. High mountain. Inhale. Baby back bend. Cactus your arms. Puff up your heart. Realign, re-extend, breathe in. And then slowly take it down. Traction out your spine. Lift halfway as you inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, vinyasa, however you want to take it or skip it. See you in down dog. Thanks, Paul. Okay, we're going to stick with left first. So next time you inhale, left leg to the sky. Peel your hip open. This time, if you want, option to flip your dog. So you can stay here or left foot comes down behind you. Left arm reaches forward, little tone in your belly to support your low back. And then breathe all the way down and stretch your abdominal wall. Nice job. Awesome job. One last big inhale. Nice, Abby. Come back, three-legged dog pose, square hips. So what does that feel like? Square hips. If you need to set your left foot down and then re-extend, that's fine. Take one more inhale. Pigeon pose, left shin forward. Come down gently. So left knee towards the outer left edge of your mat. If you need to take this or want to take this on your back, fine with me. Try to get your knee nice and wide. So even if your foot doesn't come forward, try to get your knee wide so you're getting that external rotation in your hip. Pull your hip up and back as your heart moves forward and down. And then use your breath to soften. As you sit in this posture, get curious. So not, oh, my hips are so tight, I hate my hips. But, What is that discomfort in my left hip? How can I adjust so that I'm not feeling like I can't breathe deeply? How can I adjust to be more efficient in my body or to take better care of my body? Is that the mail? Be here for about 5 more breaths. Notice if you're clenching your jaw, tightening up through your forehead or eyebrows. Just by noticing, see if anything changes, shift. Last couple rounds if you want. Big sigh out your mouth. And then slowly begin to lift your upper body. And we're gonna come into just a 3-legged tabletop. So from regular pigeon, you'll plant your hands, curl your back toes under, and kind of scoot your back knee forward. Then unthread your left leg, take it back, give it a nice little shaky shake. And then after a few shaky shakes, pivot on your right knee. So your right foot comes to the outside of your yoga mat, left arm to the sky. You'll be in a modified side plank. Squeeze your outer right glute, that medial glute, again, there it is. Press your hips forward. So rather than sticking your butt out, squeeze your outer right butt cheek, press your hips forward. Maybe left arm reaches towards the front wall, lengthening through your left side. And then only if you want, option to bind your pose, bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold. Once you've got your foot, gentle leverage. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Press your hips forward, squeeze your outer right butt cheek. Take one last deep breath. Awesome, Shauna. And then slowly come back, hands and knees, tabletop. From hands and knees, extend your right leg straight out to the right. It's called gating your right leg. So it's like you're in a half wide-legged straddle. Your heel comes straight out from your hip, toes face forward, press the sole of your foot into the ground if you can. Left arm out and all the way up, inhale. And then exhale, thread your left arm through. Come down to rest gently on the outside of shoulder and outside of head. And if there's some other way you want to work this, if you don't like having your right leg extended, you can set your right knee down, no biggie. If you want to wrap your right arm behind you, bless you, go for it. Maybe you're just pushing with your right fingertips, kind of leveraging your twists. Lots of options, about 3 more breaths. All right, if you do have your right hand lifted, set it back down. Next, inhale, unthread your left arm. Reach it out and all the way up once more. Left hand down. Now pick up your right leg. Take your right toes off the left edge of your mat. Push them into the ground. See if you can lean your hips over to the right. So you're just leaning hips right and then gaze over your left shoulder. Or sometimes I like to peekaboo under my left armpit, kind of round my back so you can feel into it. Try to get something out of it for you. Last big deep breath. And then come back regular tabletop, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Peel your right hip open one more time. Feel that medial glute muscle firing up. Lift your knee as high as you can. Stay here, or option 2, flip. Right foot comes down. Nice and easy. Nice, Eileen. Reach your right arm forward and breathe all the way down your front body. Awesome, Tracy. Feel it stretch. Beautiful poses. One more inhale. Nice dive. Exhale, everybody, three-legged down dog, square hips. So if you need to set your right foot down, that's fine, then re-extend. See if you can feel square hips. One more in-breath. Pigeon pose, right shin forward, nice and easy. Try to get wide, all the way out to the width of your mat with your right knee if possible. And then pull, yeah, good adjustments. Pull your right butt cheek up and back. So imagine there is an invisible rope attached to your right butt cheek. It's literally pulling up and back, tugging up and back. Big, expansive inhales. And exhales that take you all the way to emptiness and let you just soften and melt around the pose. Keep a little bit of activation in your right toes. So like you're trying to spread them apart. And that should keep your ankle and your knee joint safe so you're not pulling tendons and ligaments. And then just breathe. Think about 5 more. Next inhale, fill up as big as you possibly can. Send it down into your hips. Extra sip if it's there, and then let it go. We'll meet once again in a three-legged tabletop. So start to lift your upper body. If you're in regular pigeon, tuck your back toes, scoot your back knee forward a bit, and then unthread your right leg. Take it back, give it a nice little shaky shake. And then eventually modified side plank. Pivot on your left knee so your left foot will come off the side of your mat like a little kickstand. And then right arm to the sky. Open up through your front body. So rather than sticking your butt out, squeeze your outer left butt cheek. Press your hips forward. Maybe reach your right arm towards me, towards the front wall. Or yeah, right arm. Lengthen your right side. And then only if you want, option to bind your pose, bend your right knee. Try not to kick your foot up, which I know is easier, but kick your foot back, press your hips forward, and let your heart look up. Yes, amazing, beautiful. One last big inhale. Thanks, Laura, and then slowly let it go. Tabletop. From your tabletop, left leg extends straight out to the left. Toes face forward, sole of your foot pushes down. Right arm out to the right, all the way up, inhale. And then thread it through. So you're reaching like you're trying to wrap your peace fingers around your left big toe. If that's available, go for it. Don't force it. If there's any other way you want to work this pose, it's all you. Just use your breath, use your awareness. So when people say, do whatever feels good in your body, a lot of us are like, I don't know what feels good in my body, really. There's only one way to find out. That's curiosity, not judgment, not criticism, openness, play, compassion, curiosity, responding to what you feel. Nice job. Last couple of rounds here. If you have your left hand lifted, set it back down. Next, inhale, unthread your right arm. Reach it all the way out, all the way up. And then right hand to the ground. Pick up your left foot and swing your left toes off the right edge of your mat. Push them down and then let your hips kind of lean over to the left. Gaze over your right shoulder. So lengthening through your left side. Sometimes I even like to use my right heel like a lacrosse ball on my left quad, and I kind of massage my left quad. So you can get creative. Does not even have to be technical yoga. One last big breath. Then back to tabletop. And you choose where you want to go for about 5 rounds. So maybe you take intuitive movement from hands and knees. Maybe you move back to a down dog, move through one last vinyasa. Maybe you're just feeling a child's pose. So about 5 breaths, whatever your body is calling for. And if you have no idea, just do something, see what happens. See what you feel. Try to press back through here and then through there. Good job. All right, wherever you've ended up, last couple breaths. And then we'll meet, however you want to get there, all the way down on our back. So find your way into a supine position. You can face whichever direction you feel so inclined. Once you're on your back, just draw your knees gently towards your belly and take a little rock from side to side. After a few rocks, nice little massage on your low back. Supine spinal twist of your choice. Go ahead, just go to either side first, you choose. Opposite arm can extend out to the opposite side, or maybe you goalpost your opposite arm on the ground. Gaze up or over your opposite shoulder. And even though it's obvious that we're winding down, keep your breath just a little bit longer, big and spacious and victorious. Your next couple rounds, slow transition to the other side. Notice if you've gone anywhere else in your mind, which is perfectly normal. It's what we do. Just bringing yourself back. This moment right here. Your body, your breath. When you feel pretty even on both sides, come back to center and choose any inversion that you would like for about 5 to 10 breaths. So anything that puts your hips and or your legs higher than your heart. After you feel complete with your inversion, friends, ease your way out. Take any counter poses of your choice. Take any finishing poses of your choice. So maybe a happy baby. I always love happy baby. It's a good way to neutralize your spine at the end of practice. Maybe big full body stretch or just hugging your knees in, taking a little rock. Maybe you are just ready for your Shavasana. You want to go right into it. We'll slowly start transitioning into final resting pose, final relaxation. That can be, if you want it to be, the traditional corpse pose. That can be another position that works for you, that lets you relax, feel supported and held. And at this point, you can start to let your breath just become effortless, let your body take over and just breathe you once again. This is a very short quote by Rumi. I love it. I have lived on the lip of insanity, wanting to know reasons, knocking on a door. It opens. I have been knocking from the inside. I have lived on the lip of insanity, wanting to know reasons, knocking on a door. It opens. I have been knocking from the inside. So these last few moments, friends, you are on the inside. All the answers you are searching for, they're already there. All the answers you are seeking, they're already there inside. You can stop seeking outside, stop knocking, and just go inside your own inner space, your own inner world. These last few moments of class, just let yourself rest here. Let the vibrations, the sounds, the frequencies just flow through you. Whatever comes, let it come. Whatever goes, let it go. Shavasana. A big, deep breath in. And let it go. Just start to slowly come back into your physicality, your physical body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Anything else you want to do to wake yourself up? Maybe rub your hands together, even rub your feet together. When you're ready, roll to either side, fetal position. And take a moment there. Just let your practice really soak in. And then using the strength in your arms, guide yourself up into seated meditation. So right back where we started. Notice how you feel, if anything has shifted over the last 75 minutes or so. Gather your hands to your heart. We'll seal our practice, close our practice together with one collective Om. But try not to judge your voice or how you sound, but focus more on just curiosity. How does my voice feel to express it out my mouth as sound? So start by exhaling, emptying out, clear your throat if you need. Breathe in your voice. Thank you so much for being here, letting me guide you. Namaste. All right, my friends. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And come see me again soon. And come to Costa Rica. You're so welcome. Why don't you come to Costa Rica?
I just went. It's just there in February.
Fine.
I know. It was amazing.
Okay, fine, Andrea. Hello. He's still with me. Nan, love you, boo boo. Love you. Bye bye.